I never thought my own sister would be the one to stab me in the back, but family gatherings have a way of bringing out the worst in people. Last month's birthday party for our grandmother was supposed to be a celebration, but it turned into something I'll never forget. My sister Jessica and I have always had a complicated relationship. She's 3 years older and has spent most of our lives trying to prove she's better than me at everything. When we were kids, it was grades and sports. As adults, it became careers and relationships. But what happened at Grandma's 80th birthday crossed every line imaginable. I'd been working on a surprise for months. You see, Grandma had always talked about her late husband, our grandfather, and how much she missed dancing with him. She'd mentioned countless times how they used to waltz in their living room every Sunday evening. So I secretly took dance lessons for 3 months, learning the waltz specifically to dance with her at the party. I was nervous but excited as I got ready that evening. I'd practiced the steps until they were perfect, even bought a new suit for the occasion. This was going to be my gift to her, something money couldn't buy, something that came straight from the heart. The party was in full swing when I arrived at my aunt's house. The whole family was there, about 40 people spread across the backyard and living room. Grandma looked radiant in her blue dress, the same color she wore to her wedding 60 years ago. I was waiting for the perfect moment to ask her to dance when Jessica approached me with that familiar smirk I'd learned to fear over the years. "So, little brother," she said loud enough for nearby relatives to hear, "still living in that tiny apartment downtown? Still working that dead-end job at the marketing firm?" Her voice carried that condescending tone she'd perfected since high school. "You know, at your age, I thought you'd have figured things out by now." I felt my face flush, but I kept my composure. "I'm doing fine, Jess. Tonight's about Grandma, not about our careers." But she wasn't done. Jessica had apparently been building up to this moment, because she raised her voice even more, drawing attention from across the room. "Did everyone hear that Mark finally got promoted? After how many years?" She laughed that sharp laugh that always made my stomach turn. "Meanwhile, some of us have actually made something of ourselves." That's when she really went for the throat. Remember in high school when Mark tried to ask Sarah Mitchell to prom? He practiced his speech for weeks, and she still said no. Some things never change, right, Mark? Still the same awkward little boy who can't get anything right. The room had gone quiet. I could feel everyone's eyes on me, some looking away in embarrassment, others watching like they were witnessing a car crash. Grandma was looking at me with such sadness in her eyes, not for herself, but for me. That's what hurt the most. Jessica continued her assault, bringing up every embarrassing moment from our childhood, every failure, every time I'd fallen short of her achievements. She was relentless, and I realized this wasn't spontaneous cruelty. She'd planned this. She'd actually planned to humiliate me at our grandmother's birthday party. But then I remembered why I was really there. I walked over to the sound system, changed the music to "The Way You Look Tonight," the song Grandma and Grandpa used to dance to. The room fell silent as the familiar melody filled the air. Then I walked over to my grandmother, took her hand gently, and said loudly enough for everyone to hear, "Grandma, would you honor me with a dance?" Her face lit up like Christmas morning. "Oh, sweetheart, I haven't danced in years." "That's okay," I said, helping her to her feet. "I learned how to waltz just for you." What happened next was magical. As we moved together across the makeshift dance floor, Grandma transformed. She wasn't 80 years old anymore. She was young again, dancing with the love of her life in her memory while creating a new one with her grandson. Her eyes sparkled with tears of joy as we swayed to the music, and she whispered, "Your grandfather would have been so proud." The entire family watched in complete silence, many wiping away tears. When the song ended, the applause was thunderous. Everyone rushed over to hug us both, praising the beautiful moment we'd just shared. That's when I looked at Jessica. Her face had gone completely pale. She realized what she'd just witnessed, what she'd almost destroyed with her petty jealousy. In trying to humiliate me, she'd only highlighted her own cruelty while I had given everyone a moment they'd never forget. The rest of the evening, people kept talking about the dance, about how touching it was, how much love was in that room. Jessica left early without saying goodbye to anyone. Sometimes the best revenge isn't fighting back. Sometimes it's simply being the person you were meant to be.